Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to the SK-60 Bravo trainer jet from BASS, B-A-S-S. They will be releasing this high fidelity mod for DCS for free, in theory, on the 24th of December. I will link their Discord channel in this video description if you want to go and check that out. The SK-60 Bravo was a fast jet trainer from the late 60s. Sweden used 150 of them. Max speed 520 knots, which is pretty impressive. Max altitude 45,000 feet. The mod features an external flight model and partially clickable cockpit. In this video, we will look at the controls, we will show how to do a cold start, we'll look at the exterior models, we'll look at the cockpits, we'll do a takeoff, we'll show using the different weapons, and a landing. First, controls. We'll start with axis controls. You're going to need your normal pitch and roll. You'll need your rudder, and I'm using rudder pedals for that, obviously. The rudder is really sensitive in this aircraft, so I would suggest assigning a axis tune and putting a thumping great curve on it, probably something like that. Throttle levers, left and right. You'll need your toe brakes, left and right. And it's useful to have an axis for zoom view here. Next category, weapons. All we need really, unless you want smoke, is weapon fire trigger. Next category, systems. You'll want binary buttons for air brake on, air brake off. Flaps down one step, flaps up one step. Really important as well, you need to push and hold nose gear maneuvering range if you want to turn on the ground. Next category, special function. We have an interactive menu that we can use to set various options. To bring the menu up, you need to set something for that. And to press enter on the menu, you'll need something for that. Next, flight control. All I set here was trim, nose up, down, left and right. I've just spotted another one that's going to be useful. Request aircraft control, because this is, of course, a multi-crew aircraft. So we'll have a go with that later on as well. Next category, is there anything else? No, I think that's all I've set. Super simple. Right, next, Simba, let's get in the cockpit and do a cold start. So, down here, click battery on. Inverter left on. Inverter 2 on. Next, over here, nav, till and fran. We want to make that till, turns on navigation, fires up these various digital displays here. Next, take note of the engine speed meters left and right here. We're going to start with our left engine. We will set the fuel pump to the left engine first of all. We will push and hold the start switch for the left engine here until the engine speed reaches at least 5%. Then let go. It will carry on rising. Once it's past 12%, we need to uncage the left throttle, which will be clicking on that guy there, and that will start the engine. So let's try that sequence. Press and hold. Watch the number. 5. Let go. Wait for 12. 12. Left throttle. And it should rise until it stabilizes at idle. Alrighty then. Lovely. Same on the right. Fuel. Push and hold. Wait. Let go. Well there. Throttle on. Close the canopy because it's going to get super loud in here. Left control and Charlie to close canopy. Finally, our GPS panel here. Accept with enter. Boom, that's it. At first release, that should be as simple as the start procedure is. Next, exterior and interior inspection. Exterior first. Real nice looking model. T-tail design, obviously.
I think it's really nice how you can see the rivet heads reflecting off the sun, right, on various panels.
Yeah, it's good mapping with that.
Yeah, real attention to detail.
Yeah, in terms of exterior model, it's pretty much as good as a professional one you'd pay a bunch of money for. My only complaint is Boris Johnson, the ex-MP, The ex-Prime Minister of England appears to be driving the plane. Alright, let's have a look inside. Obviously, a side-by-side trainer. Some instruments are duplicated on the left, on the right, some are not. So what's actually clickable? We've got landing taxi lights here. This is not... Oh, it is. Flaps is clickable. How about that? Flaps, 3 position. Kind of auxiliary panel down here. Most things are clickable down here. Oxygen, not clickable. This guy is an indicator for the air brake. Accelerometer. Speedo, knots. Digital, primary, ADI. Digital and analog barometric altimeter. Backup ADI, analog. The metric VSI, vertical speed indicator. This is a digital HSI, horrible.
Wow.
Horizontal situation indicator. I'm not very well, as you probably can hear. This guy here. Oh, I never figured out what this is. I think it's fuel. Breslau, we think it's fuel, Simba, don't we?
Correct.
We've got your slip and turn indicator. Behind here, we've got master arm switch there. We've also got an air to ground switch there, which we don't think does anything at the moment. Next, chronometer. Tachos for the engines, as we saw. Not sure what these two guys are here yet. I think I'll go right. Speedo for the, the other chap. ADI, analog only, barometric altimeter. Compass. Engine temperatures, left and right. I'm not sure what this is. It's pressure. I guess the pressure systems. We've got here, not sure what this one is. Left and right temperature for something, but it only goes to 130 degrees Celsius. Yeah, Celsius. I'm not sure what it is. Accelerometer, cabin pressure, oxygen, not modelled as far as I'm aware. Generators appear to be modelled, but we'll be told not to touch them. Indicator panel here. These guys here are, low pressure fuel pumps. Backup slip gauge. We've got here, appear to be tachos for the engines again. Let me check. No, N1. What's the difference in N1 and N? Oh, that's N2. That's N1. So different speeds, measuring different speeds of the engines. Okay. This big old panel here, as far as we're aware, it doesn't do anything, so I'm not even going to talk about it. And these guys here, none of these are clickable. This, we haven't figured out what this is. You can click on it and do stuff. Simba thinks it's a radio altimeter, but I'm not sure. Do you want to say a bit about the GPS? There's a really good GPS system they've coded. Currently only works in the Caucasus, but that will be increased. You can show all your waypoints and stuff like that. Anything? Have you tried it, Simba? I haven't had time to try it.
All these mod makers that are making these nice high fidelities, like the A4, this one, the guy that was doing the C-130s, they're all kind of like adding that one new step of coding. These guys are doing an internal navigation with this GPS, kind of like the NS430 that you would pay ED for. This is basically a free version, so it may not work quite as well as the one that you pay for, but it's a good working model if you want to learn how to work the one in the game.
Roger, and I think either it has got a full moving map working now, or it's going to have one, I'm not sure. We never had a chance to try it. Com here, radios. To the right, what else have we got? Some bits down here, some of it modelled, blinkers, lights, strobes, stuff like that. What else have we got? A2B compass here, mirrors here, nothing else I can think of. Anything you think I've missed, Simba?
No.
In terms of quality, that's pretty good. Look at that. In fact, if you zoom right in, it doesn't break up, so they're proper 4K textures and stuff like that. It is... it's almost there up with, a brand new paid module. So, in terms of quality, it's pretty professional, to be honest. Weapons. To rearm this aircraft, you have to open the canopy. I'm just going to look, before we do that, at the rearmament screen, because it's going to get very noisy otherwise. We have 6 weapon stations, and we've got some stations here for smoke. Each of the 6 weapon stations, we can have rockets. Either one 13.5 centimeter high explosive rocket, one 14.5 centimeter high explosive anti-tank rocket, or a pair of 13.5 centimeter high explosive rockets. So I think we will do that. Other than that, the only other armament we could have would be to have 2 gun pods on their own, and we'll do that afterwards. You cannot mix gun pods and rockets, just bear that in mind. Except that I need to open the canopy first. Oh, look at that, I can't. Oh, no, I can. There we go. Alright, arm me up, baby. Alright, close the canopy, left control Charlie, or click on this guy here. Next, we need to set up our weapons. So if you remember those controls I showed earlier with the menu, press that, menu up. Head tracker, move it to either configuration, where you can press enter, or return. Or we could go to ground crew, return, or weapons, return. Let's go to ground crew, and let's ask them to fit the gun sight. Gun sight, please, install. Lovely. Next, let's set the rockets up. So same thing, weapons. I want to fire single, all, or pairs. I want pairs. Done. Rocket set up. Finally, move the stick aside and press master arm. That little guy there. That's it. I press the trigger button to fire. I've got nothing else to say about that. Let's go, Simba. To turn while you're taxiing, push and hold the nose button I showed earlier. Mine's not working all of a sudden. It's gone a bit weird. Mine's gone a bit weird for some reason, but there, it's working now. Is yours push and hold, Simba? It is, isn't it?
Affirm.
It's typical. Ours has worked perfectly. To be honest, to be fair to this mod, we haven't had a single problem with it. Usually when we get an early access mod, it's full of problems. We've not encountered a single problem with this yet. So I've just found one with the nozzle steering, but it's because I've done lots of sessions with it now and I haven't restarted the game. But it's actually done really well, which is good. Right, waiting.
Ready?
Right, it takes off super easily and you don't really need to say anything. You can't really do it wrong, but I'm going to go to half flaps and I'm going to go full power. Catch me if you can, Simba Wimber. The rudder's really sensitive in this aircraft, so just be a little bit careful. Also, my nose steering appears to be stuck on, so I'll just be a little bit careful. And 110, 120 rotate. Gear up and check. Flaps up fully. And fly by for freedom. I like freedom. Freedom! Right. Hey, Simba. Baddies ahead. Fire trucks. Not just normal fire trucks, demon fire trucks. Full of demons. I have no real idea. Oh, we forgot to reset the map, so they're still glowing up. Never mind. So be it. I've got no advice of how to use these, but point and shoot. That's pretty much it. I guess learn how to do it yourself. I guess my only piece of advice would be that, I mean, they're pretty big warheads on these rockets, they're big rockets, so just be a little bit careful. If I do have a piece of advice, this is a T-tail design, and the super stall is possible, so try not to work the aft stick too much. You'll stall the plane and you'll just fall out of the sky, as Simba found out for his behest, didn't you, Simba?
Yep, I definitely departed controlled flight.
Yeah, so you just got to be a little bit forgiving with it. That said, I'm going to give it a good workout now. Cool! It's actually quite a spicy plane. Flies pretty good. In terms of the flight model, seems okay. I've not found any major complaints with it. Just, in fact, just one little thing I found. When you're aiming at something, it gets really tetchy and sensitive. I don't know if you get that, Simba, the crosshair. It's a little bit weird. But other than that, nothing. I haven't had anything, you know, doesn't do anything really weird I don't like. Right, Simba, we should go for a landing so we can go get some guns, I think. Can you form up with me when you're ready, please?
Already formed up.
Half flaps. I've not tried landing this yet, but we've flown so many of these planes, so many hours virtual flight now. We don't even really bother practicing anymore. Full flaps. Gear down.
Full flaps.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
What could go wrong?
Any idea on V-min? I'm guessing about 130-ish.
Yeah, maybe 110, 120.
All right.
I'm gonna go full air brakes.
Yeah, same. Interesting approach here, viewers. Interesting approaches are my middle name. 130. 120. I'm going to stall. Power on.
Up.
Oh. Apologise, Simba.
I might have inputted too much rudder.
Ooh. Yeah, it's really tetchy rudder on this. You've got to be super careful. Get another one. Right, I'm going to rearm with gun, Simba, and then I'll see you back on the runway. Right, turns on a freaking dime, Simba. Alright then, rearm, canopy open. Guns, please. You can have them on stations 2 and 7, and they are an Akan M55 gun. I'm just going to cycle master arm just to make sure. Oh, I'm going to show them the trick. Valued viewers, watch this. Set your face to this. Release brakes and fire gun. See ya, Simba. Oh, makes me so happy. Did you see my go, Simba?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got a massive headache now.
It's good to see. It's good to see recoil.
It is good.
In the flight model.
It is good. I'm happy with that. Ah, the guns work. Are you ready, Simba?
I am. You got your speed brake out still.
Yeah, that's how I fly, Simba. Speed brake coming in. Let's punch it. I'm going to be able to wiggly again. Ah, makes me happy. And not much does nowadays, viewers. Not much does. Right, half flaps. 110 and rotate. You're up. Flaps up. Let's go and gun some stuff, Simba Wimba. Quite a nippy plane. 500 and something knots. It's pretty impressive, really. So it is a plane you can actually use, and it's free as well, remember. But it's planes you can use for proper mission. You have to tonk around at 200 knots. Cap running in on some guy. Recoil's modded. It brings your plane down because of the mounting of this gun. It brings your plane down. RC is not going to be happy. We are taking out his beloved Californian pig stickers. Whatever that is. Right, a couple more to take out. Let's get them done. Oh, I nearly stalled. I almost stalled there. I felt it coming on. Right, I've killed mine.
Nope, I've killed mine.
Excuse me, valued viewers, I'm not very well. Simba, I'll meet you back over the runway. When we get to the half runway point, we're going air to air. That is all.
Uh-oh.
Get ready for Jean-Claude Van Helsing. Don't know, who comes from Sweden? I can't think of anyone. ABBA. I am aggressive. You can't aggress until you got to the halfway point of the runway. Which is now.
I'm going to brake left.
Fight. Alrighty then, here we go, valued humanoids. The classic matchup, the People's Champ versus Zoopcap. Why wouldn't you want this? Visibility is excellent, by the way. I would love to fly this plane in real life. It would be right up my alley. Not so harsh it's going to snap my little neck, but it looks fun to fly. Sorry. Ill and I'm dizzy. That's my excuse. I'm Simba.
And you can reach over and slap your trainer pilot for not teaching you how to do it right.
F-111 style. I reckon I've got him here, viewers. I reckon he hasn't pulled that T-tail enough. Uh-oh. Ah, they're so dangerous. See, well, I put too much alpha in it, and that tail just started. T-tails are always deadly things. Not really good on fighter jets. I'm not going round for another one. It's too risky. I might stall. Simba's going to kill himself. I think you're going to kill yourself, Simba. Yeah, see?
Yep.
You got to be really careful jet like this. There was a jet, valued viewers, probably before your time, called the Starfighter. It was like a stretch version of this, to be honest. T-tail. And it was known as the Widowmaker for the guys who ran it because it was very dangerous. Come take off and hurry up again. Yep, I see you. I'm going to go the other way. It's pretty much merge. Yeah, you've got to be careful flying on this thing, which kind of makes it a really shit trainer when you think about it, but...
Or a very disciplined.
There you go. It's not much use for your pilots die before they put it into their main... Ah! Lucky.
Well, I was going to say, I lost you in the scratchy 6-year-old canopy.
Yeah. Is that old? Don't worry, I'll find you. What is this gun? It feels low velocity, but I don't really know what it is. At that point, I would usually stick back into my gut, viewers, but if I did that in this plane, we would be a ball of fire on the ground. Hence, we're going to have to be a little bit patient. We haven't actually checked if it's got a damage model yet, so this is actually science, Simba.
It is science.
I haven't hit you yet, but it's probably more... It feels like a low velocity cannon to me. Like Like an Aiden or something. I'm gonna have to do the old one too. I'm gonna have to cut a circle. Look at this, viewers. Something I learnt in F-16 school, which I never went to. See, you go down like that and you cut a circle. And you come up, back into a circle. And you're closer! Ha ha ha! Ah, goddammit, I still can't hit him. Yes! I blew your freaking wing off! Oh, you're still flying. Better cut that out, question mark?
Yeah. Oh god, I lost control!
Thank you, Simba! I was going to say anything. Ah, brilliant. There we go, valued viewers. Work in progress, and I was warned it was work in progress. It is genuinely good, though. I've had really good fun with it. And apart from my landing gear going a bit funny, I haven't actually had problems, which is bloody rare. So go and get it. That's what I can say. Kudos for the guys that got it. Anything you want to finish with, Simba Wimba?
Yeah, good mod. Kudos to these guys. Keep working at it. I look forward to you guys' future products.
Roger. And we'll see you later.